Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us at e-KLESF 2022. I'm Dr. Ong Jia Rou from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Utah. Today, Ms. Jia Rou will be presenting a webinar titled University Life as a Software Engineering Student. Ms. Lee is from MMU. Just a little housekeeping before we start. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat box. We will bring them up during the Q&A session at the end of this webinar. Dear participants, please sign your attendance in the link posted in the chat box. Without further delay, let us turn the time over to Ms. Lee. Over to you, Ms. Lee.
All right. Thanks, MC. So today I will be sharing about university life as software engineering students. So let me briefly introduce myself first. My name is Jia Rou, and I'm a final year student. And currently I'm studying Bachelor of Computer Science, and my major is software engineer at Multimedia University Cyberjaya campus. So without further ado, let me introduce to my sharing session for today. So first thing, before I go into deeper, I'll be talking about so I will be talking about what is computer science. So computer science and information technology are closely related fields, but they have some distinct difference. So what is computer science? And computer science, basically it deals with principles and practices of designing, building and analyzing computing system and applications. It also involves understanding about the theories and practice of computer programming and data structures, algorithm, and software design, as well as the hardware and software components of computer system. So what is information technology, which we call it as IT? It basically is a practical applications of computer science and related fields to the storage, processing, and communication of informations. And it also involves the use of computer system and software to manage the process information, as well as design and implementation of networks and databases to support the exchange of information. So in general, computer science is more focused on the underlying principles of how computer systems work and how to design and build new systems. While information technology, which is the IT, is more focused on the practical and application of computer system to solve real-world problems. So next, I will be talking about the what is software engineering. So software engineering. So software engineering is a process of designing, building, testing, and maintaining software applications and systems. So in simple terms, it's a development of software requirements, the design of software architecture. So you may wondering, what is software architecture? So in simple terms, software architecture is like a blueprint for a building. Just you imagine the building has the rooms and also the space. And just as a building's architectures, it will define the overall layout and the relationship between its various spaces and rooms. So same thing, software architecture, it defines the overall layout and relationships between the various components of a software system. And software architecture is quite important because it defines how well a software system can meet the needs of its users and stakeholders. Like a well-designed software architecture will make the developer easier to develop and maintain, and also evolve the software over time. And it also helps to ensure that the software is reliable and scalable, and also flexible enough to handle changing requirements and environments. So the goal of software engineering would be produce a software that is reliable, efficient, and easier to maintain, and that meets the needs for the users. Okay, so that's the simple definition about the software engineer. And okay, so if your studies software engineering, or you want to be the software engineer as your career in the future, so what kind of activities that you will do in the future? Like, first thing, you will need to write and test the code. So after you have write your code, right, so you must test your code so that you will know if there's any bugs or any errors, so that you can fix it immediately. Yeah. So other than writing and testing the code, you also design and implement the software systems. And some of the examples that you can do after you becoming the software engineer is you will build, maybe you build the desktop applications, such as, like, you might be heard of Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Word, or Microsoft PowerPoint, and etc. So that is the examples of desktop applications that you will be developing if you will be the software engineer. And also you will be developing the mobile apps. Like, for example, you currently the trend would be like, you will have, if you heard of TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, those are the mobile apps that you can take a reference to develop in the future, if you if you have an idea lah. Then also the web applications and network systems. And other than that, you also be work on the development of the operating systems, such as Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, and also database, and also the software infrastructure. And that's about the activities that you will be doing as the software engineer or software engineering students. So next thing will be, okay, how do you know if you are really interested in CS, which is the computer science, or IT, the information system, information technology is, okay, so first, you can YouTube. You can try to search for some keywords related to IT or computer science, or you can also search for other sharing sessions about their job and etc. For example, they might share about their daily life working as a software engineer. Then you will know whether this kind of jobs is the one that you want to do in the future. So in my opinion, it's really important to know earlier about your future career path, so that you will not regret when you are choosing your course at university. Since some of you might be just primary school students or secondary school students, so it's better for you to know earlier what are you going to take in the university life. Yeah, so that's the first thing, is YouTube. And second thing is, you can also take some online courses. One of the famous online courses is Coursera. You can find some useful courses related to computer science or information technology. Like in the free time, if you really want to know what will be the courses that you will be learned in university. So it's better for you to know earlier rather than like when you enter your university life, then you only know the subjects are not suitable for you. Then you will need to retake other course, and it might some kind of waste your own time lah. And other than Coursera, there is also Khan Academy and also the Code Academy. These three online courses platform, I would suggest you guys to go through about it. You might also find other online platform as well if you find any others. And other than the online courses, you can also know if you are interested in CS or IT through the daily hobby. So if you are really interested in CS or IT, you'll definitely always stay up to date with the current technology trends. For example, let's say the current trend is NFT. You know what is NFT, and you will also search for the information about NFT. Or maybe you will be wondering how an application is being developed from zero, but it still needs to depend on you after you have really gone through the courses and done some research. Sometimes you might just get interested in a topic, but it's not what you want to do in the future. So it's better if you can search in the YouTube or go through the online courses. Then you only know what is your interest, area of interest. So lastly would be the high school course. So if you are in secondary school, you might take computer subjects in your secondary school. During that time, you will know whether or not you are interested in IT or CS. Like it's better to know earlier. If you taken the IT course in your secondary school, then you will know whether or not you are interested in the IT area. Yeah, so next one would be, okay, what software engineering students will do during their university life. So, okay, so what I do is for the education, normally same as the other university students, I will attend lectures. I will also attend tutorial sessions, but it's not really similar to primary schools and secondary school. It's because when you are in primary school or secondary school, normally you will attend the classes at 7 or 7:30 a.m. and then you will attend the classes. Then the teacher will teach you the subjects and you will go back to home. After you go back to home, you might also go to the tuition classes. So in the university, you just need to attend the lectures. Sometimes you might only have one class in a day, and then you just go back home. There's no any other extra tuition class for you. So you really need to pay full attention during lecture class. If you like don't know what the lecturers are saying, you need to ask the lecturers after the class so that you won't you will easily catch up with others coursemates lah. Like also other than attending the lecture class and tutorial sessions, basically I also do assignments and projects. Since I already the final year students, so I currently also doing my final year project. So I will need to take my final year project. At the same time, I also need to take care of my other subjects in my year 3. So, okay, so other than doing assignments and projects, I also got the chances to become the student tutor for few subjects before. So yeah, that's about my education experience. So next would be Okay, so I started my university life since my foundations. So during foundations, you will be learning a very basic programming language like Python, and also learn some soft skills like critical thinking and business management. So during my time, we got the chance to set up our own booth to sell our product during the business week. I think it was a great experience to know how to handle a small business. And also during my year one, you'll be starting to learn some advanced programming language like C++ and Java. So at that time, you will really need to pay full attention during the class so that you will not miss out any important parts. So at the same time, during your year one, you also start to learn data structures and algorithms. That's about the year one. And then move to year two. For me, I started to take my specification, which is software engineering. So then I will learn how to draw some diagrams to indicate the software. For example, use case diagram, data flow diagrams, and etc. And also write reports for my software. Also, during my second year, I also started to be active in clubs and organizations, which I will share a little bit later. So move to year three, which is also my current year of study. So currently I'm mostly study on how to maintain and test the software. And of course, after you have finished developing your software, you will need to test your software whether or not there is any bugs or errors. So then you can fix it immediately. So I believe everyone don't like bugs or errors, right? So when you are using the software, so it's kind of annoying, I believe. So that's what software engineer will need to do in order to help the users to fix the bugs. So after year three, basically I will be graduating, and whether I choose to graduate or I can also proceed to continue my master. Yeah, so that's about the education part. So next would be the extracurricular activities. So during my university life, I also joined clubs and organizations. So outside the class and project work, there are also many opportunities to get involved in university life as a software engineering students. Like I say, I joined clubs and organizations related to IT. In my case, I joined IT at my university and got some chances to organize few events. In between, you will of course learn some new knowledge, new soft skills, and you can also learn how to communicate in a team and how to improve your leadership skills and etc. So those skills are really important or very useful when you find a job in the future. So other than that, I also participate in competitions and hackathons whenever I'm free. So through the competitions, you will definitely brush up your critical thinking skills and problem solving skills. And lastly, I will also stay up to date on the latest technology and trends so that I won't miss out on any knowledge. Yeah. So next would be I was sharing a bit of my photos during my university events. So yeah, this are some of the example photos from me. And yeah, this is the photo. And then next would be these are the competitions that I have participated before. So yeah, I think that's about it about my sharing sessions. So do you guys have any questions to ask? So okay, how do you manage studies and a part-time job? Actually, if you mean the student tutor, right, it's actually not a part-time job. It's just a like an extra work that I do lah to help my faculty, to help the students. Like I can share a bit about my student tutor experience. Is I help, like whenever the students have the questions related to their coursework or their assignments, they can reach out to me during my session, and I will try my best to answer their questions. Then yeah, there's not a part-time job, I would say. Just manage studies and a part-time job. If in my case, I can relate to the extracurricular, which I will make a to-do list during my every day. Every day I will do a to-do list to make sure everything is on track, so that I won't miss out anything important like assignments or examinations. Yeah. So yeah. So okay. So what motivated you to participate in competition? Actually, I decided to join competition is because first thing, of course, it will give me experience in terms of like learning together with other competitors. Like if I participate in hackathons, I can see how other participants did, and I can learn through the process. So yeah, it's one way to learn also. Yeah, so I hope I answer your questions. Software engineering and computer science. Software engineering, basically I talk about computer science. I think before this I explained. Let me go forward. Let me go to the previous slide. Okay, so computer science, basically, you will be designing and building and analyzing the system lah. And then you will need to understand the theories and also the practice of the computer programming. Like also you will learn the data structures, algorithms, and the software design. But for software engineering, you will be, one more thing is you will need to maintain and also test the software after you have designed your software or you complete your software. It's like behind the scene after you complete the everything. Computer science basically is do the front part, the front end part. Like software engineering is like you do the behind the scene. Yeah. Oh, how we test the software. Test the software actually is hard to explain, but I can try to explain to you is how I test the software is we do some module testing, and like yeah, it's kind of hard to explain now, basically. Just that we will do some module testing and module tests. Yeah. Yeah. Run the use case on it. Yeah. Yes. Dummy data. Like if you have a traffic, right? You like, for example, in the website, you can imagine in a website, if there's 10,000 users at the same time, it might be like explore, so that you will need to test out whether or not you can fit 10,000 users at the same time or not, something like that. How did you overcome the problem programming which you are not familiar with? Oh, so for this one, I will go to YouTube to listen to the extra tutorials from the YouTubers, basically. And then other than that, in my free time, I also will go through the online courses like Coursera, like I mentioned just now. Coursera, it's free for students, if I'm not mistaken. So that you can also, if you have some friends, your coursemate maybe, you can discuss with them about the errors that you get, so that you guys can learn together. Yes. Yeah. These are the online course that you can search online, like Coursera, Khan Academy, and Code Academy. History. Any other questions? If you want to ask me question, I also put my LinkedIn and my Gmail here. You can also email me. If you in the future you have any questions, you can also email me your questions and I will try to answer you. Oh, why I choose software engineering? Interesting question. How I answer to other people is that in my uni, I think we have three or four specifications, like software engineering, data science, game development, and I think one more is information systems. So among these four, I choose software engineering is because first thing, data science is, I think, more to data and more to data. So I don't really like to handle with data, like Excel sheet and everything. So I decided to choose software engineering. And also another is game development. So I also exclude the game development. So yeah, I choose software engineering in this case. Yeah, statistics. Yes. Data science. A lot of statistics. So I don't really like to handle those statistics. So I'm more to, I like to develop software or system rather than reading the statistics. Yes. What is new for software engineering for year 2023? I think software engineering always is a trend. It won't like data science. The trend will keep increasing. The software engineering just maintain like on the trend itself. So I'm not sure about year 2023, if I can predict the year 2023 trends. Any cool software students can use? You mean on what usage? If you are talking about or managing studies, Notion. One thing is Notion. And for now, I can think of Notion is like you can manage your project. You can do project management through the Notion, or you can also do some sticky notes on this Notion. Is really useful for the students. You can also you can put it few columns. I think it got the few columns there. First column maybe is to be do, and then the middle column you put it in the progress, and then the right corner you put it completed, so that you can keep track all the work all your current work. Yeah. Yeah. Notion, yeah, I think Notion is quite good. Machine learning, then you can choose data science. Data science is also more to machine learning. But a little fun fact is for my final year project, the topic is my final year project is kind of similar to data science final year project topic. Is about like face and facial recognition. Face and facial expression recognition is kind of similar to data science, I would say. This sharing you guys. Yeah, using computer vision. Yes. Software engineering is a popular field and many companies need software to run their business. Can you give a few advantages to our youth or secondary school students to choose to study software engineering program when they admit to university? Okay, so software engineering, I think to motivate, actually this I think also need to depends on the student itself. You can try to let them use maybe give them to watch some YouTube videos or give them hands-on experience, like give them a small coding project if they have any interest on it. Yeah, it's about interest, because you can't really motivate them if they don't have any interest. Like if the secondary school student, they are taking accounting, for example, they are taking accounting classes, but you ask them to do like physics or chemistry, I guess they won't really get interested lah. So if I want to answer this question, would be you try to give them some reference, I would say, or just now I mentioned the Coursera, to see whether they got the interest or not. Okay. Can share any interesting research area for computer vision? CV detection on. What do you mean about CV detection? Oh, okay. Can share any interesting research area for computer vision? From now, what I can think is probably this is quite a trend. Like one is class attendance system. That's the first research area. Class attendance system recognition using the face. And next would be from what I can, like, my topic like is face and facial recognition system for blinds. Yeah, from what I can think is face detection, face recognition, facial expression recognitions, and also I think these two, or maybe the object detection. Yeah, these three. So I focus on face recognition and facial expression recognitions. All right, thank you. Any other questions? If no, I think we can move back to the MCs.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. Dear participants, kindly fill out the sign-out form and feedback form after this webinar. Now we would like to take a group photos with everyone in this webinar. Please turn on your camera and stand by. Ms. Lee, could you please stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Okay, so get ready. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, let's take a freestyle. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lee, for the insightful webinar. Okay, dear participants, now is the end of this webinar. Thank you, everyone, and stay safe.